Good morning, and welcome to the 139th Commencement for Goldey-Beacom College. I am Dr. Tracy Curry, and I am pleased to present the participants in today's ceremony. Out of respect to our graduates and their guests, we request that you silence all cell phones and other electronic devices at this time. Again, we request that you silence all such devices that may interfere with our guests' enjoyment of today's ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, leading the procession. Representing the Alumni Association, Bernadine Griffin, class of 2022. Followed by the doctoral candidates. Followed by the master graduates. Followed by bachelor degree graduates. followed by associate degree graduates. Followed by the faculty of the college. Hannah Bakey, Dr. Melvina Brown, Beth Ann Burke, Dr. Susan Fugate Brangers, Eric Johnson, Glenn Oram, Randy Elatar, Visiting Assistant Professor, Keith Fleury, Esquire, Assistant Professor, Dr. Scott Glenn, Assistant Professor, David Goldberg, Esquire, Assistant Professor, Dr. Jared Hofling, Assistant Professor, Dr. Aaron Lee Kelly, Assistant Professor, Dr. Robert McConkey, Assistant Professor, Dr. Victoria Niago, Assistant Professor, Dr. Frank Scafidi, Assistant Professor of Practice, Dr. Brett Shepard, Assistant Professor, Dr. Ashik Shafi, Assistant Professor, Dr. Nicole Evans, Associate Professor, Dr. Kevin Hunt, Associate Professor and Director of Academic Support Services, Dr. William Rivers, Associate Professor, Dr. Jeffrey Thurley, Associate Professor, Dr. Mary Wheeling, Associate Professor and Director of Faculty Development, Dr. Fatma Abdel Raouf, Professor, Dr. Kirk Johnson, Professor, followed by the administration, Ryan Kwan, Registrar and Director of Institutional Effectiveness, Jocelyn Moses, Dean of Students, Peter Rushavy, Chief Information Officer, Susan Mannering, Chief Financial Officer and Vice President, Dr. Joel Warden, Provost and Vice President, William Brady, Trustee, Lee Burstein, Trustee, Erica Jorgensen, Trustee, Mark R. Olazagasti, Trustee, John J. Patterson III, Trustee, R. Jeffrey Johnson, Trustee, Marcia Wood, Treasurer and Secretary, Board of Trustees. Joan Verbanitz, Vice Chair, Board of Trustees. Dr. Cornelia N. Winner, Chair, Board of Trustees. Kamal Erkin, Founder and Chief Executive Officer, United Medical, LLC. Hannah Bell, Bachelor of Arts 2026, Student Speaker. Aniket Shroff, Master of Business Administration 2026, Award recipient of the President's Award for Achieving Greater. Alex Cross, Bachelor of Science 2026, Award recipient of the President's Award for Achieving Greater. And Dr. Colleen Perry Keith, our 14th President of Goldey-Beacom College.
Ladies and gentlemen, members of the Board of Trustees, faculty, staff, and administration, graduates, families, and friends, welcome to the 139th commencement ceremony of Goldey-Beacom College. And you may now be seated. Our story began 140 years ago in 1886 when Harry Stewart Goldey founded what was then the Wilmington Commercial College. We've had a few name changes along the way, some better than others, but our mission has remained constant. Today, as we gather for our 139th commencement, we could not be prouder to celebrate this remarkable moment with you. Today, we honor the class of 2026, 341 graduates who together are earning 360 degrees. This class represents 11 states and 44 countries, a fitting reflection of the global connected world that you are all about to lead. The most popular program, once again, is the Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, followed closely by the MBA, proof that business is still, well, very good business. And this, you're supposed to laugh at that. I worked hard on that one. And this year we celebrate several firsts. We're awarding degrees or concentrations for the very first time in esports management, cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, and the Master of Science in Human Resource Management, programs that speak directly to where the world is going next. The academic achievements of this class are equally impressive. More than half, 178 of our graduates today, or 52.2%, are graduating with honors. That means a 3.6 GPA or higher for undergraduates and a 3.75 or higher for graduate students. The average GPA for the entire undergraduate class is 3.3, and for graduate students, an outstanding 3.7 GPA. In other words, we're sending out a very talented and very hardworking group of graduates today. Graduates, you have been looking forward to this day, and rightly so. Your achievements reflect discipline, persistence, and no small amount of sacrifice. Today is both a celebration of what you've accomplished and the beginning of what comes next, and we have every confidence that what comes next will be extraordinary. Continuing a tradition we began 4 years ago, we're pleased to feature two commencement speakers, one from the graduating class, Ms. Hannah Bell, who will be earning her bachelor's degree in English with a concentration in legal studies today, and one distinguished guest. This year's invited speaker is Mr. Kamal Erkin, founder and CEO of United Medical, a 3-time Goldey-Beacom graduate, about to become a 4-time Goldey-Beacom graduate, and a highly respected corporate leader and philanthropist here in Delaware and beyond. You'll hear more about both speakers shortly. We're also delighted to welcome a special group of students from Skyline Middle School in the Red Clay Consolidated School District. Through their AVID program, Skyline and Goldey-Beacom have formed a meaningful partnership, and we're honored to have their students contributing music to today's ceremony. My thanks go to Principal Peter Matrinko for his leadership in this collaboration, and to GBC trustee Noreen Lasorsa for her creation of the collaboration, and to Nadine Williamson and Edward Hernandez Cortez, who are serving as our flag bearers today. Finally, I'd like to note that professional photographers are here today to capture this important milestone. Graduates will receive information about how to access and purchase photos if they wish. And I also have to call attention to, I think I'm going to start a new award, the Hat Decorating Award. Who's the one that decorated their hat that said, "I studied my assets off for this"? Stand up, we got to see this hat. There she is. Best hat. Thank you. I am delighted to invite Mr. Derek Crudelli, GBC's Director of Sports Information, to come forward and bring the invocation.
Thank you, Dr. Keith. Good morning. In recognition of the diversity of religious beliefs, we ask for a moment of silence and in our own thoughts give thanks for this gathering and this ceremony. We thank you for this gathering. We thank you for the abundance of joy you have given our students as they take the next step in their lives. We pray for their guidance as they help to shape the lives of others, much like their lives were shaped here. We pray for their leadership as future parents, employees, and role models as they commence a new chapter in their lives and help continue making the world a better place. We pray for our employees who on a consistent basis continue to make Goldey-Beacom College a great place to learn, develop skills on how to move forward in life, and produce the graduates before us today. Happy are we who are called to this banquet of celebration we call commencement. In this we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Derek. Now, please welcome the Skyline Middle School Choir, who will lead us in the national anthem. Followed by the singing of the national anthem, we will be greeted by GBC Board Chair Dr. Connie Winner. Please stand for the national anthem.
Please be seated. Good morning, everyone. My, this is a great crowd. This is a wonderful setting for this ceremony. Good choice. Thank you so much, Skyline Middle School. We appreciate your efforts here today. Very nice job. Thank you. Well, happy first day of the rest of your lives for everyone here. Today is a celebration. I don't have to tell you that, you already know it. It's a day to celebrate the achievement of Goldey-Beacom College and each one of you who make up the class of 2026. There's so much that I could say to you today, but there are others who will say it much better than I. So briefly, 2 points. Today and every day, dear class of 2026, give thanks to your family and friends, to the faculty and staff of Goldey-Beacom College for their support and for the challenges they present to you. They have helped you to be who you are today. And second, today and every day, wherever you go, wherever you find yourself, take yourself and be who you are. Congratulations, Goldey-Beacom College and the class of 2026. Does anybody else need that?
Connie's a lot shorter than I am. So we have a little step stool under here. That's what I had to come up and pull back out. I now ask Vice President for Academic Affairs and Provost, Dr. Joel Warden, to join me to present our Excellence in Teaching Award for 2026.
Thank you, President Keith. And again, congratulations to our graduates. Today is mostly all about you. However, even in athletics, when a team gets to the finals, we start talking about the coaching staff, right? And so, I think it's important that we take a moment to thank our incredible faculty. That's right, and that's why it is appropriate that we, at commencement each year, celebrate the Excellence in Teaching Award. As a student-centered institution, Goldey-Beacom College celebrates excellence in the classroom. A challenging, supportive, and innovative classroom experience is what shapes student knowledge and skills and prepares them for a rewarding future. Thus, one of the highlights of the academic year is when we recognize dynamism in the classroom and on campus through our Excellence in Teaching Award. This award is an annual award wherein faculty peers nominate a fellow professor to recognize outstanding achievement in teaching at the college, and the criteria for the award include contribution to teaching through innovative approaches in the classroom and scholarship in the field, as well as service to the institution, particularly in the form of student support and mentoring. Today's faculty member is an exemplar of these elements. Student evaluation comments revealed themes of active learning that help students connect theory to practice. Here are excerpts from a few student comments. They're a very charismatic professor. It's clear they love what they're talking about, and they give the material the care and attention it needs. Another student said, I have really enjoyed all of this instructor's classes since undergrad. They're engaging, enjoyable, informative. I especially appreciate when they share additional resources or information related to course topics that they think the class would find interesting. I also value their detailed feedback on coursework, exams, and assignments. Their guidance on paper formatting and on articulating ideas confidently in writing have been extremely helpful and have significantly shaped me as a stronger academic writer. Another student commented, "This professor is such a wonderful and understanding and gracious professor who really made the course interesting and engaging." And then they added this comment, which is hard to do at 5:30 to 10 o'clock in the evening. Final comment, one student said, "I enjoyed the way the professor made this class mimic the real world. The final project prepared us for an actual situation in the real world if we were to become researchers." So, a couple of other fun details about this professor include that his name is inscribed on a brick at another institution's Mentors Circle for having won an Excellence in Teaching Award there in 2005. Most years, he travels and teaches internationally as well as at GBC. An avid surfer, he has a collection of surf art and guitars only eclipsed by his collection of Irish whiskeys. He also founded the college's Master's in Counseling Psychology program. And lastly, President Keith, a graduate of the Ohio State, still accepted his nomination for the Excellence in Teaching Award in spite of the fact that he's a graduate and avid fan of Penn State. Please join me in celebrating this year's award winner of the Excellence in Teaching Award, Dr. Jared Hofling.
Oops, we can actually give you a... Cool. I know. There you go. And would you like to say a few words?
Dr. Keith wanted to know if I'd like to say a few words. Clearly, she doesn't know me that well. And it's a captive audience. In all sincerity, I'm deeply honored and moved, particularly by the comments from my students. It's one of the reasons I love doing what I do. And if I was a particular sort of person, I might make a comment here that this is 2 years in a row that a Penn State graduate has received this award, but I don't want to be that guy. And, just briefly, there's a little bit of an irony to this. My wife always teases me about my need to write a book called The Unplanned Life because that's been my life. I've never really formulated a plan. And teaching is a good example of that. I never had an ambition to teach. I never had a vocational desire to be involved in higher ed. I had envisioned myself being a researcher, not a teacher. And early in my graduate career, I was visiting my family for Christmas, and I received a phone call from our department's office, and I was told that Dr. Sherry Cornell, who was a dear friend and my mentor, was ill and wasn't going to be able to teach classes that winter coming in January, in 2 weeks, and that she recommended that I teach this particular undergraduate course, which was very flattering. But I immediately said, she must be off her meds because A, I've never taught a class in my life, and B, I never took that course, so I don't know the material. And I said, let me call Dr. Cornell herself, and I'll get back to you. And I called, and I said, Sherry, I'm really flattered that you think I can do this, but I think you're wrong, and I think it would be a really big mistake. And in typical Sherry Cornell fashion, she said, hopefully the best way to learn something is to teach it. And she hung up on me. And that's 30 years ago. And she proved to be prophetic. This is among many of the adventures I've had the pleasure of being involved in my life. The teaching has been the greatest. And teaching at Goldey-Beacom is really special. We get the opportunity to know students more personally than in some other institutions where I've taught. The faculty are more than colleagues, they're lifelong friends. The students have taught me more than I've probably taught them. The administrators are always supportive, even if they went to Ohio State University. So I want to just wrap it up and say, to the graduates, don't be afraid to take those risks. That was a risk for me, and look where I landed. Explore the unknown. Don't be afraid to fail. Failure is the greatest teacher there is. Take chances. Get out of your comfort zone. And in closing, I just want to congratulate you and your family. And a last word to the graduates, go change the world. Thank you.
Judy, where are you? Judy, where? There, see?
That's my sneaky wife.
I wanted you to know where she was.
I should have figured that something was up when she said she wanted to come to I said, "Say, it'll be my last graduation. I'm in good health." But thank you again.
And thanks, Judy, for getting him here. I am now honored to introduce our student speaker today, Ms. Hannah Bell. Hannah lives in Cecil County, Maryland, and for much of her life, college wasn't part of the plan. She imagined a future working with horses. But during her senior year of high school, something shifted, and we are very glad that it did. She chose to come to Goldey-Beacom to study business with a concentration in entrepreneurship. And then she discovered English. So naturally, she decided to double major in business and English, and that made perfect sense to her. Then she added a concentration in legal studies, and then, just to keep things interesting, she decided, why not graduate a year early? And I agree, Hannah, why not? But Hannah's ambition didn't stop in the classroom. She commuted, worked, served as a tutor, and stepped into a leadership role with the Global Solutions Sustainability Challenge, where her team earned second place in international recognition. Along the way, she's been named to the President's or Dean's List every semester, received the Lewis Award and the Excellence in Literary Arts Award, and most recently won the college's writing competition in poetry. Her next step, pursuing an MFA in poetry. As I prepared these remarks, one phrase kept coming to mind: Renaissance woman. The term comes from a time when people believed in developing the full range of human potential across disciplines, across talents, across interests. A Renaissance person doesn't settle for one path. They explore, they connect, and they grow. Sounds a lot like Hannah, doesn't it? Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to present Goldey-Beacom's own Renaissance woman and today's student speaker, Ms. Hannah Bell.
Hello. How's everybody doing this morning? Good? Everybody ready to graduate? That's not loud enough. Come on. Thank you. Okay, for those of you who don't know me, although after that beautiful introduction, thank you, you all probably seem like you know more about me than I know about myself right now. My name is Hannah Bell. And somehow, despite multiple mental breakdowns, very unhealthy relationship with deadlines, and at least one moment, well, it's definitely more than one, where I considered dropping out, moving somewhere remote, and leaving everything behind so that I could figure it out. And I'm not kidding, I bought tickets, guys. So Southwest will refund you in case you're going through a mental breakdown. You can get your money back. Despite all of that, I've been chosen to speak in front of all of you today, which either says something very inspiring about perseverance or a little concerning about the selection committee. Although, seriously, thank you to the selection committee. I couldn't be more honored to be speaking today. Now, standing up here today is very surreal for me, because probably like some of you, I came to college thinking I had my whole life mapped out. I thought that I knew it all, and I had this version of myself in my head of who I'd become and the things that I would accomplish. But all of that changed in about week 3 of the 3rd semester. Thank you, Dr. Shepard, and your Critical Writing 1 class, for ruining all of those great plans that I had. Because if you had told me the version that was smiling and laughing, acting like she knew it all, confidently writing down due dates that she'd later ignore, that I'd be standing here in front of all of you today, graduating college a year early with a completely different major than I started with, and entering into the worst job market since the Great Depression, she probably would have laughed in your face and then gone to a party at UD. Sorry, Mom and Dad. But that's kind of the point, isn't it? None of us are who we were when we got here. And somehow, that's exactly why we're ready to leave. And I've been trying to find a way to stand up here and sum all of that up into something nice, neat, and finished. But the truth is, I don't think college is neat. And I definitely don't think any of us are finished. So, instead of a speech today, I'm going to leave you all with something a little bit different, but what I know how to do best, a poem. Because that's the only language that I know that feels big enough for what this moment actually is. We came here like we were stepping into something solid, like the ground would stay still beneath us, like identity was something you arrived with, not something you lost and rebuilt in pieces. We thought we were already becoming who we were supposed to be, and then college, dear old college, quietly asked us to prove it. Not once, not clearly, but over and over and over again, in the small, ordinary moments that never look like turning points while you're inside them. And slowly, without warning, that map we brought with us started to blur. Deadlines became a language, sleep became negotiable, time started moving strangely, it was either too fast or not at all. And somewhere in those stretch of days, it all began to look the same. We learned something nobody really warns you about. You don't grow up in the big moments. You grow up in the ones where nothing is working and you still have to decide what to do next. There were nights when the world got very small. Just a desk, a screen, a question you didn't know how to answer, and the quiet fear that maybe everyone else had figured out something that you hadn't. But here's what no one says loudly enough. Almost everyone is guessing. Almost everyone is rewriting themselves in real time and hoping no one notices the erases they make along the way. And still, despite not knowing that yet, we kept going. Not because it was graceful, but because what looks like quitting isn't always actually quitting. It looks like exhaustion. It looks like I'll deal with it tomorrow. It looks like staring at something that matters and not knowing how to begin, but beginning anyway, badly, imperfectly, humanly. We learn that strength isn't loud. It doesn't announce itself in victories. Sometimes it's just showing up when you feel like you're already behind. Sometimes it's opening the document again after you swore you never would. Sometimes it's answering "I'm fine," and then proving it wrong about an hour later and still staying. And maybe that's the part we don't talk about enough. Survival is often repetitive. It's not a single decision, it's thousands of small ones made by people who are tired and uncertain and still unwilling to disappear from their own lives. And none of us did this alone, not even close. There are people woven into this moment who will never stand on this stage, but who built pieces of it anyway. Friends who learned how to hear what we didn't say. Family who kept believing in versions of us that we had temporarily forgotten. Professors and mentors who saw potential in us when we were mostly just trying not to fall apart in public. They didn't fix everything. They just stayed. And that might be the most powerful thing a person can do for another, is to stay in the middle of uncertainty without needing it to be resolved first. And now here we are, at the edge of something that looks like an ending but doesn't feel like one. We're leaving without all the answers we once thought were the point, without clean certainty, without a perfect plan, without the illusion that there will ever be a moment where everything finally clicks into place and stays there. But we're leaving with something better than that. We're leaving with proof that we can move through the not knowing, that we can carry doubt without letting it stop us, that we can fail and still continue, that we can be completely unsure and still be becoming something real. And if there's anything I want you to take today, whether you're a graduate, a parent, a friend, a professor, or just someone trying to make sense of your own life in your own way, it's this. You're not always going to feel ready for the life you're living. You're not always going to recognize your own strength while you're using it. And you won't always know where you're going before you're already in motion. But you don't need certainty to begin. You don't need clarity to continue. You only need to stay in it long enough and to realize that you're already doing it anyway. And maybe that's what this place actually taught us. Not how to have answers, but how to keep moving without them. So we leave here as finished stories. Not as finished stories, but as living ones. Still messy, still unfolding, still learning how to carry everything we've become without dropping it. And somehow, that feels like enough. Thank you.
Somehow I feel inadequate after that. As I shared earlier, we are joined today by a group of student singers from Skyline Middle School, led by Ms. Margaret Loudon. Please welcome Ms. Loudon and her ensemble, who will perform "May Your Roads Be Straight and Narrow." Thank you so much, Skyline. And we look forward to the time when you guys stop sitting over there and come over here and sit as graduates from Goldey-Beacom College. We're very excited for that. It is now the distinct pleasure of Goldey-Beacom College to award an honorary degree to our invited speaker, Mr. Kamal Erkin. An honorary degree is one of higher education's highest distinctions awarded to individuals whose extraordinary professional accomplishments and community contributions reflect the values that we seek to instill in our graduates. Mr. Erkin exemplifies those ideals in every sense. He is the founder and chief executive officer of United Medical LLC, chairman of United Medical ACO, and chairman and co-founder of the American Surgery Center, a name many of you will recognize across our region. Over the past 26 years, Mr. Erkin has been a transformative leader in healthcare, advancing electronic medical records, practice management, and accountable care models that have improved patient outcomes and strengthened healthcare delivery across Delaware and beyond. His journey is especially meaningful to us. After earning his first degree in Turkey, he came to Goldey-Beacom College, where he earned a second bachelor's degree in computer information systems and dual MBAs in information technology and finance. He later returned as an adjunct faculty member and helped launch our healthcare-focused academic programs. Under his leadership, United Medical has grown into one of the leading ambulatory healthcare networks in the Mid-Atlantic, serving more than 27 specialties and thousands of patients and earning national recognition, including being named one of Becker Hospital Review's 50 ACOs to know in 2026. Beyond his business success, Mr. Erkin is deeply committed to service. He supports organizations such as the Brandywine Valley SPCA, the Food Bank of Delaware, and the YWCA, and he co-founded Friends of Tigray to provide humanitarian relief internationally. He is also a respected voice in global affairs and media, regularly contributing to conversations on healthcare, policy, and international relations. Kamal, it has been my personal pleasure to know you as a colleague, partner, and friend. Your commitment to innovation, to community, and to Goldey-Beacom College is truly extraordinary. Would you please join me on stage along with Dr. Joel Warden and Dr. Connie Winner. And now I will confer the degree. Upon the recommendation of the Goldey-Beacom College Honorary Degree Committee and following enthusiastic approval by the Goldey-Beacom College Board of Trustees, I am honored to confer upon Mr. Kamal Erkin the Honorary Doctor of Business Administration degree with all appropriate honors, rights, privileges, and responsibilities. Congratulations. I now present to you Dr. Kamal Erkin. Very good.
So you left me here on my own. Good morning, President Keith, distinguished faculty, proud families, and most importantly, graduates of 2026. Congratulations, you made it. And to the parents, congratulations to you as well. You made it financially. It's an honor to be here today at a place, although we are in Chase, but if you were in the campus, that has been such an essential part of my life. Goldey-Beacom College is where I earned my second bachelor's in 2001 and 2 MBAs in 2004 and 2005. Later on, I was able to be part of the healthcare management concentration and had privilege of teaching as an adjunct faculty. So standing here today, this morning, feels like coming home. Before I go any further, I would like to take a moment and acknowledge someone very special, Dr. Larry Eby. Dr. Eby helped me gain confidence to speak publicly, in public, where I was still learning English. He challenged me. In fact, he didn't want me to take his course. And he supported me, and he believed in me. Without his encouragement, it would have been a much more difficult journey for me. I will always have great admiration and respect for him. When I look at all of you today, I see the same drive, the same ambition that brought me to this campus years ago. In fact, Hannah, your speech was great. It's like then, like I just realized how young you guys are, and it's amazing. And we were all there at some point. So when I first came to the United States, I had ambition, but very little else. Ambition pushed me forward. It got me through doors. But over time, I learned something important. Ambition is only the starting point. It does not define your direction, and it does not sustain your success. That requires something much deeper. Let me tell you something on a day like that, on a day like today, most people will not say. If you are working full-time, 90 to 95% of what you do every day is not really exciting. We all chase that 5 to 10%, the big wins, and the moments that matter. But the reality is, success is built in the other 90, 95%. So routine, repetition, and consistency is what we need. So think about a professional tennis player. We see them on TV. Seems like they're having a good time, but just only for a couple hours. What we don't see is the daily work, training, conditioning, repetition, day after day. So that's not ambition. That's discipline. So I'm going to give you another example, and this is from my own field, from healthcare. Think about a surgeon. For the patients having surgery, this is a major life event, something serious, something frightening, and something they may only experience once in their lifetime. But for the surgeon, it's routine. So Dr. Irgan is here today. He's a general and bariatric surgeon. You can ask him after this event. It is the routine for them. They don't get so excited when they have to do just a gallbladder surgery every day. It's the routine. Just keep that in your mind. They perform the same procedure over and over again. They bring the same level of focus, same level of attention, and the same level of discipline. They don't become careless. just because it's repetitive. They remain precise and they remain committed. And that's why patients, us, we trust them with our lives. Because even though the task may be routine for the surgeon, the focus and discipline are never routine. And that is what leads to excellence. Once something becomes your profession, it's no longer optional. You show up, you perform, and you repeat. This is how the mastery is built. So don't be discouraged when your days feel similar. That is not a failure, that is just the process. There will be moments in your career when shortcuts look tempting, when doing the easy thing seems faster. In those moments, you have a choice. I faced one in my early career. A decision could accelerate things very quickly, but it just didn't feel right. I chose the harder path. It cost me time, but it built trust. And the trust is something you cannot replace. So let me be clear. Integrity is not what you do when it's easy. It is what you choose when it's difficult. Your reputation will carry more weight than any degree or any title you earn. Ambition, integrity, and purpose are not separate stages. They must work together every day. Ambition gives you direction, integrity gives you strength. And then comes to the real question. Can your success grow into something bigger than just yourself? In fact, can you make an impact? In my own journey, that meant committing to organizations like YWCA of Delaware, Brandywine Valley SPCA, Food Bank of Delaware, and Sunday Breakfast Mission. Not for titles, but for long-term contribution. Over time, consistency build trust, trust creates opportunities, and opportunity allows you to make a real impact. So if you already haven't started, but you don't have to start today, but at some point, choose something bigger than yourself and commit to it. So my advice, my direct advice to you is focus, specialize, and commit. Don't try to do everything. This is one of the biggest mistakes people do. If you choose a path, be best at it. In my case, for over 25 years, everything I have done has been in healthcare. That focus is why I'm perhaps standing here today. So mastery comes from depth, not distraction. So you'll hear stories about people like Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos. Those are exceptions. For most of us, success comes through education, experience, and consistency. Even those who didn't follow the traditional path, they work relentlessly, 12 to 15 hours a day, learning through repetition, and that was their education. So just remember, there are no shortcuts. What I want you to remember today, throughout your life, you will hear, that's not possible. Don't accept that. I'm not interested in hearing why something cannot be done. What I would like to hear is how we are going to make it happen. So make it work. Build your reputation, build your relationships. Be someone people trust, not because of a title, but because your word means something. Take risks, but control risks. Calculate it carefully, because one poor decision can erase years of hard work. Pick your battles carefully. Focus on what matters. Again, avoid shortcuts. If something sounds too good to be true, it usually is. And build system in your life, discipline, structure, and consistency, so your success is not based on luck, but based on foundation. As you leave Goldey-Beacom College today, remember this is not the finish line. In fact, this is just the starting point. This college gave you knowledge, but more importantly, it gave you a foundation. Now it's your responsibility to build on it. So go forward with ambition, stand firm with integrity, live with discipline, and create impact through purpose. And most importantly, go build not only a successful life, but a meaningful one. Congratulations, class of 2026. Gave me the biggest gift already. So.
I noticed every time I've been with Kamal, he doesn't wear anything from Goldey-Beacom. So, some alum, huh? So now he has sweatshirts that he can wear from Goldey-Beacom.
Should I open it?
No, you're okay.
All right, well, thank you.
Thank you. You're awesome. Thank you so much. And now we will begin with the conferral of our degrees. Yay! There you go.
Graduates, let me add my welcome to that of President Keith's welcome. Before we move to the conferral of degrees, we want to recognize students with high academic achievement. The following students have earned the highest GPA in their field of study. So when I announce your name, please stand and say standing as I call the other names. Ladies and gentlemen, please, I know it'll be hard, but hold your applause until all the names have been called. Diana Arias Rufino. Hannah Bell. Chidiz Blon. Jada Brown. Cassandra Bryant. Alyssa Caparino. Rachel Cohen. David Dalby. Ashik Devakumar. Alyssa Favil. Eliana Isabel Fernandez Freitas. Joshua Haynes. Emma Harbaugh. Kathleen Hinkle. Mosharraf Hossein. Jessica Joy Kurt. Momina Khan. Madison McGowan. Anish Menon. Janet Nakuti. Ashley Nicholas. Chelsea Ritchie. Alyssa Romano. Caitlin Savina. Aniket Schroff. Joseph Cielski. Julia Spina. Elliot Tate. Emma Van Orden. Zilin Yang. Congratulations to each of you. right, you can be seated now. Plenty of more applause to come. Now it's time for the conferral of the degrees. After we confer the degrees, we'll begin the presentation of the diplomas. The Board of Trustees, representing the official authority of the college dating back to 1886, has authorized the president to confer degrees upon those candidates who have completed all requirements for each respective degree. Provost and Vice President Dr. Joel Warden will call the candidates for a particular degree to stand as a group for the conferral of the degree by President Colleen Perry Keith, and then that group will be seated. After all degrees have been conferred, we will then proceed with the walk across the stage for each candidate to receive a diploma individually. Provost Warden, please present the candidates for graduation.
The faculty of Goldey-Beacom College have certified that the students graduating today have successfully completed all degree requirements for their respective degrees. Those graduates whose names appear in the commencement program but are not here today will receive their degrees in absentia. Will the candidates for the associate degree please stand? Madam President, these candidates have met all requirements for the associate degree.
I hereby confer upon you the associate degree with all appropriate honors, rights, privileges, and responsibilities. Congratulations.
You may be seated. Will the candidates for the baccalaureate degree please stand? Madam President, these candidates have met all requirements for the baccalaureate degree.
I hereby confer upon you the baccalaureate degree with all appropriate honors, rights, privileges, and responsibilities. Congratulations.
You may be seated. Will the candidates for the Master of Business Administration degree please stand? Madam President, these candidates have met all degree requirements for the Master of Business Administration.
I hereby confer upon you the Master of Business Administration degree with all appropriate honors, rights, privileges, and responsibilities. Congratulations.
You may be seated. Will the candidates for the Master of Arts in Counseling Psychology please stand? Madam President, these candidates have met all requirements for the Master of Arts in Counseling Psychology degree.
I hereby confer upon you the Master of Arts in Counseling Psychology degree with all appropriate honors, rights, privileges, and responsibilities. Congratulations.
You may be seated. Will the candidates for the Master of Management degree please stand? We see you.
We see you.
Madam President, this candidate has met all degree requirements for the Master of Management degree.
I hereby confer upon you and you alone the Master of Management degree with all appropriate honors, rights, responsibilities, and privileges. Congratulations.
Will the candidates for the Master of Science degree please stand? No Masters of Science degrees. All right, well, we'll award them in absentia. Madam President, the candidates in absentia have met all degree requirements for the Master of Science.
I hereby confer upon them the Master of Science degree with all appropriate honors, rights, privileges, and responsibilities. Congratulations.
And finally, will the candidates for the Doctor of Business Administration degree please stand? Madam President, these candidates have met all requirements for the Doctor of Business Administration degree.
I hereby confer upon you the Doctor of Business Administration degree with all appropriate honors, rights, privileges, and responsibilities. Congratulations.
Congratulations, candidates. Ladies and gentlemen, Families and friends, please join the college faculty, staff, administration, and the Board of Trustees as we all stand to give these graduates a well-deserved round of applause. All right, you all may be seated. We'll now proceed with the awarding of diplomas. Graduates, you will now take the traditional walk across the stage as your name is announced. We will first award diplomas to our associate's degree recipients, followed by bachelor's degree recipients. As we move to awarding our master's and doctoral degree candidates, select members of our faculty will join us on stage to hood the graduates. I will read your names, and as I do, please come forward for your graduate walk, proceed across the stage, and to President Keith to receive your diploma and have your picture taken. Brandon Nyandiba, Associate in Science, Business Administration. Nevaeh Dorsey, Associate in Science, Business Administration. Jessica Joy Kurt, Associate of Arts, General Studies. Jolianis Flores Otero, Associate in Science, Business Administration. Naomi Moscaso Gaitan, Bachelor of Science, Accounting. Daniel Arizmendi, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration with a concentration in Management. Tyler Bassanelli, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration with a concentration in Financial Management. Kiran Matro, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration with a concentration in Financial Management. Tashea Lee, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration with a concentration in Marketing Management. Marianne Kirchner, Bachelor of Science, Digital Marketing. Mary Megan Odoyo, Bachelor of Science, Accounting. Jordan Rumpf, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration with a concentration in Cybersecurity. Arlette Gavilanes, Bachelor of Arts, Criminal Justice. Derek Muhiri, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration with a concentration in International Business Management. Sean Dickey, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration, with a concentration in Sports Management. Emmanuel Bustos, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration. Bruce Aiken, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration. Cesar Aguilar, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration with a concentration in Entrepreneurial Studies. Blake Bauern Schmidt, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration. Jaden Dickerson, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration. Gabriela Mendez, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration. Kanaija Singleton, Bachelor of Arts, Criminal Justice. Andre Fatras, Bachelor of Arts, Human Services. Stephanie Staten, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration with a concentration in Entrepreneurial Studies. Zoe Joyce, Bachelor of Arts, Psychology. Jasmine Guzman, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration with a concentration in Marketing Management. Alexandra Guzman, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration with a concentration in Marketing Management. Ethan Lambeth, Bachelor of Science, Accounting. Jonathan Hackett, Bachelor of Science, Accounting. Patrick McCloskey, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration, concentration in Marketing Management. Azra Ozgol, Bachelor of Arts, Psychology. Autumn Tully, Bachelor of Arts, Psychology. Ella Poteet, Bachelor of Arts, Psychology. Alondra Murillo, Bachelor of Science, Accounting. Divian Velez, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration with a concentration in Marketing Management. Nakia Jenkins, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration with a concentration in Management. Dominique Robinson, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration with a concentration in Healthcare Management. Brian Berzowski, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration with a concentration in Finance. Austin Smith, Bachelor of Science, Finance. Connor Schwadron, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration with a concentration in Financial Management. Emily Bonavita, Bachelor of Arts, Communication and Media. Brielle Everson, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration with a concentration in Organizational Psychology. Cassandra Bryant, Bachelor of Arts, Communication and Media. Aidan Fleming, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration with a concentration in Sports Management. Landon Sampajan, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration with a concentration in Marketing Management. Luke Burdett, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration with a concentration in Financial Management. Jenna Giannatasio, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration with a concentration in Marketing Management. Grace Griffiths, Bachelor of Science, Digital Marketing. Ashley Reynolds, Bachelor of Science, Digital Marketing. Javon Laguerre, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration. Kosiani Dunkley, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration with a concentration in Information Technology. Michael Garcia, Bachelor of Arts, Criminal Justice. Logan Paris, Bachelor of Arts, Psychology. Madison Jordan, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration with a concentration in Marketing Management. Brielle DeStaffney, Bachelor of Science, Accounting. Brooke Alstrom, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration with a concentration in Management. Haley Schofield, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration with a concentration in International Business Management. Brianna Soreth, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration with a concentration in Marketing Management. Samira Watts, Bachelor of Science, Accounting. Isabella Savchenko, Bachelor of Arts, Criminal Justice. Emma Van Orden, Bachelor of Arts, Criminal Justice. Julian Williams, Bachelor of Arts, Psychology. Adamari Waddell, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration with a concentration in Information Technology. Richard Shem, Bachelor of Science, Accounting. Angelica Colin Pedroza, Bachelor of Science, Accounting. Tegan Ayers, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration with a concentration in Marketing Management. Guillermo de Miguel, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration. Juliana Yaku, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration with a concentration in Marketing Management. Gaia Zimbardo, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration with a concentration in Sports Management. William Kelly, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration with a concentration in Entrepreneurial Studies. David Pick, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration with a concentration in Legal Studies. Kirsten Arnold, Bachelor of Science, Accounting. Chelsea Ritchie, Bachelor of Arts, Human Services. Tammy Latham Ofori, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration with a concentration in Organizational Psychology. Isabella Drumbor, Bachelor of Science, Digital Marketing. Kai Crawford, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration with a concentration in Management. Robert Faulkner, Bachelor of Arts, English with a concentration in Communication and Media. Hamza Al-Frouk, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration. Hussein Nabha, Bachelor of Arts, English with a concentration in Legal Studies. Adia Donovan, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration with a concentration in Legal Studies. Hannah Caston, Bachelor of Arts, Communication and Media. Jennifer Garcia Patino, Bachelor of Science, Finance. Momina Khan, Bachelor of Science, Accounting. Darla Lasham, Bachelor of Arts, Human Services. Mara Parmer, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration with a concentration in Entrepreneurial Studies. Sydney Yakub, Bachelor of Arts, Psychology. Zachary Fai, Bachelor of Science, Finance. Rain Sawicki, Bachelor of Arts, Criminal Justice. Kinley Elliott, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration with a concentration in Marketing Management. Myra Magana, Bachelor of Arts, Criminal Justice. Amaris Prescott, Bachelor of Arts, English with a concentration in Communication and Media. Satali Murillo Amaro Gonzalez, Bachelor of Arts, Psychology. Montserrat Sotelo Vivero, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration with a concentration in Healthcare Management. Ana Martin Del Campo, Bachelor of Arts, Criminal Justice. Jose Torres Herrera, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration. Matthew Haight, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration with a concentration in Sports Management. Makai Ellensworth, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration with a concentration in Esports and Game Administration. Joshua Haynes, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration. Demetrius Lennon, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration. Kadar Reed, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration, with a concentration in management. Sebastian Lacroix, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration. Tamaja Ofer, Bachelor of Science, Accounting. Kayla Hill, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration with a concentration in Sports Management. Madison Husted, Bachelor of Science, Accounting. Ariana Bates, Bachelor of Science, Accounting. Tristan Campbell, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration. Kyla Gladney Enos, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration with a concentration in Marketing Management. Montserrat Garcia Pedras, Bachelor of Arts, English with a concentration in Legal Studies. Armando Campana Pozo, Bachelor of Science, Finance. Pedro Huerta Diaz, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration with a concentration in Financial Management. Naomi Quinones Zambrano, Bachelor of Science, Digital Marketing. Lucia Corte Gonzalez, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration with a concentration in Marketing Management. Elena Mohammadiva, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration with a concentration in International Business Management. Masood Stewart, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration. Justin Allen, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration with a concentration in Sports Management. Carly Lemon, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration. Rory Siskowski, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration. Rebecca Hugel, Bachelor of Science, Accounting, and Graduate Certificate in Financial and Economic Analysis. Kayla Raz, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration. Brinley Nelson, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration with a concentration in Management. Emma Ryan Friel, Bachelor of Arts, English with a concentration in Literary Studies. Delaney Nsinga, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration with a concentration in Sports Management. Raina Pelkak, Bachelor of Arts, Criminal Justice. Chastity Johnson, Bachelor of Arts, Human Services. Autumn Simpson, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration with a concentration in Sports Management. Justice Nolan, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration with a concentration in Entrepreneurial Studies. Catherine Meadows, Bachelor of Science, Business Administration. Hannah Bell, Bachelor of Arts, English with a concentration in Legal Studies. Alex Cross, Bachelor of Science, Accounting. And now I'm proud to announce our faculty who will be doing the hooding. This is our first group of faculty. Dr. Jeff Thurley, Dr. Tracy Curry, Dr. Kirk Johnson, and Dr. Frank Scafidi. Aniket Shroff, Master of Business Administration, Comprehensive. AJ Chakravarthi Dirasanan Jayakumar, Master of Business Management and an MBA. Chatiz Blon, Master of Business Administration, Analytical Track. Jason Ricker, Master of Business Administration with a concentration in Business Analytics and graduate certification in Traditional Business Administration. Ashik Devakumar, Master of Business Administration, Analytical Track. Janet Nakuti, Master of Business Administration with a concentration in Healthcare Management. Jaylene Yang, Master of Business Administration, Analytical Track. Tyler Rashad Moses Byers-Smith, Master of Business Administration with a concentration in Healthcare Management. Michelle Torres, Master of Business Administration with a concentration in Healthcare Management. Ashley Nicholas, Master of Arts, Counseling Psychology. Emma Harbaugh, Master of Arts, Counseling Psychology. Anish Menon, Master of Business Administration, Analytical Track. Cortland Suggs, Master of Business Administration with a concentration in Healthcare Management and Graduate Certificate in Healthcare Management. Renji Luo, Master of Business Administration, major in Finance. Elliot Tate, Master of Science in Human Resource Management. Andrea Ortega Betancourt, Master of Business Administration with a concentration in Information Technology. Jeremy Bonnet, Master of Business Administration with a concentration in Financial Management. Emily Vitello, Master of Business Administration, Analytical Track, and Graduate Certificate in Healthcare Management. Lindsay Pawan, Master of Business Administration with a concentration in Healthcare Management. Sushant Humanmantrao Shimkar, Master of Business Administration, Comprehensive. Preeti Sharma, Master of Business Administration, Analytical Track. David Hale, Master of Arts, Counseling Psychology. Tajir Ayers, Master of Business Administration with a concentration in Financial Management. Joel Molba, Master of Business Administration, Analytical Track. Mohammed Kanan, Master of Business Administration, Analytical Track. I'm now happy to announce our second group of faculty for the hooding to continue. Dr. Jared Hofling, Dr. Scott Glenn, Keith Fleury, and Brandy Elatar. David McCullough, Master of Business Administration, Comprehensive. Eric Geyer, Master of Business Administration with a concentration in cybersecurity. Carla Chardon, Master of Business Administration with a concentration in Business Analytics. Caitlin Savina, Master of Business Administration, Analytical Track. Madison McGowan, Master of Business Administration, Analytical Track, and Graduate Certificate in Financial and Economics Analysis. Alyssa Caparino, Master of Business Administration, Analytical Track, and Graduate Certificate in Quantitative and Analytical Business. Shelley Vander Decker, Master of Business Administration with a concentration in Marketing Management. Vanessa Santalieri, Master of Business Administration with a concentration in Human Resource Management. Winter Radcliffe, Master of Business Administration with a concentration in Financial Management. Syed Nagvi, Master of Business Administration, Comprehensive. Weimi Eda, Master of Business Administration with a concentration in Healthcare Management. Jada Brown, Master of Arts, Counseling Psychology. Azuri Abraham, Master of Business Administration, Comprehensive. Islam Ekwat, Master of Science in Finance. Gloria Ayala, Master of Science in Finance. Kendra Mounts, Master of Business Administration with a concentration in Financial Management. Renee Walker, Master of Business Administration, major in Taxation. Logan Warsh, Master of Business Administration, Comprehensive. Christopher Green, Master of Business Administration with a concentration in taxation. Eugene Hardy III, Master of Arts, Counseling Psychology. Taimir Ash Shahid, Master of Arts, Counseling Psychology. Damaris Rodriguez, Master of Business Administration with a concentration in Human Resource Management. Rachel Cohen, Master of Arts, Counseling Psychology. Diana Arias Rufino, Master of Arts, Counseling Psychology. Julia Spina, Master of Arts, Counseling Psychology. Alyssa Favel, Master of Arts, Counseling Psychology. Joseph Shelsky, Master of Arts, Counseling Psychology. Kathleen Hinkle, Master of Arts, Counseling Psychology. Alyssa Romano, Master of Arts, Counseling Psychology. Magali Nolasco, Master of Arts, Counseling Psychology. Zaina Balaviga, Master of Business Administration with a concentration in Marketing Management. Bella Kimby, Master of Business Administration, Analytical Track. Diana Bourne, Master of Science in Human Resource Management. Sharon Catalan, Master of Business Administration with a concentration in Business Analytics. Kimberly Perez Ramirez, Master of Business Administration with a concentration in Human Resource Management and Graduate Certificate in Business Leadership and Power Skills, Financial and Economic Analysis, and Human Resource Management. David Seaman, Master of Business Administration with a concentration in Business Analytics and Graduate Certificate in Traditional Business Administration, Information Technology, and Business Analytics. Yi Rong, Master of Business Administration with a concentration in Financial Management. All right, thank you, faculty. We will have our last change for hooding of the doctoral students. So please, Dr. Jared Helfling and Dr. Scott Glenn remain on stage. Stephanie Bazemore, Doctor of Business Administration. Ofer David, Doctor of Business Administration. Saima Malik, Doctor of Business Administration and Master of Business Administration with a concentration in Artificial Intelligence. Wade Robinson, Doctor of Business Administration. David Dalby, Doctor of Business Administration. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the awarding of diplomas. Would everybody please stand again and give the graduates another well-deserved round of applause?
Okay, graduates, you've been waiting for this. It's time to turn your tassels. I forgot we did that, and that almost gave me a heart attack up here. Jeez. Thought I was going to have to hit the ground. Before we conclude, I'd like to share just a few stories that reflect the spirit of this class, but not before I make one last dig at Penn State. That guy does not know how to put on a hood. Your hoods were upside down, dude. Now, they were actually okay. I think it was Scott that screwed him up, but you know. Walking in with me today were Mr. Aniket Shroff and Mr. Alex Cross, recipients of the President's Award for Achieving Greater. Both have distinguished themselves academically, personally, and professionally in ways that truly inspire. Aniket and Alex, it was my honor to walk beside you today. I also asked our faculty and staff to tell me about students who've made an impact, and their responses were extraordinary. And I'm going to share just a few. Vanessa Caudillo faced a year of significant challenges, yet persevered, often doubling and tripling her efforts to stay on track. As the first in her family to earn a graduate degree, she forged her own path. Vanessa, your determination is remarkable, and we are proud of you. Renee Walker balanced full-time work, graduate study, and the profound responsibility of caring for her father. Through it all, she stayed focused and crossed that finish line. Renee, your strength and commitment are an inspiration. Mackay Ellensworth brought energy, leadership, and a constant smile to campus. He helped revitalize Lightning Studios and contributed to an esports program that has become competitive, earning several conference titles. Mackay, we will miss your presence, and yes, I am told your stats are very impressive in esports. Tristan Campbell represents so many of our students, working full-time, studying full-time, and succeeding in both. His consistency and drive reminds us what it means to achieve greater. And Hannah Caston was a founding member of GBC's Accessible Voices Alliance, the Student Disability Club. Hannah was instrumental in organizing a donation to Nemours Child Life Department, a department where she and other club members benefited when they were patients at Nemours. Hannah is creative, dynamic, and an advocate for disability rights and helped us become better allies for those with disabilities. Thank you, Hannah. We also celebrate members of our faculty community. Please join me in congratulating Dr. Melvina Brown, who just last week earned her second doctorate, a PhD in sustainability education. Melvina, congratulations on that remarkable achievement. And finally, I've been busting on him for a while now, and we gave him an award already, but we honor Dr. Jared Hofling, who retires after 9 years of service here at Goldey. Dr. Hofling launched our psychology program and helped build pathways for students called to address the growing need for mental health support. Jared, thank you for your leadership, your teaching, and your lasting impact on this institution. We are grateful that you will continue with us in the classroom as an adjunct, and we certainly are not going to forget you. As we bring this celebration to a close, let us pause with gratitude for the journey that brought each graduate to this moment and for the promise of what lies ahead. May you carry forward what you have gained here, not only knowledge, but the discipline to pursue excellence, the integrity to do what is right, and the courage to lead with purpose. May your ambition open doors, your integrity keep them open, and your commitment to service make your work meaningful to your communities, to your professions, and to one another. As you leave Goldey-Beacom, may you remain grounded in the values that have shaped you here: hard work, accountability, and a belief in the power of education to change lives. May you find success, but more importantly, may you find significance. May you lift others as you rise, and may your lives reflect not only what you achieve, but who you become. And may you go forward with confidence, resilience, and hope, knowing that you are prepared, you are capable, and you will make a difference. Congratulations, class of 2026.